Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. Let's adjust this just a little bit. There we go. And we have a great word today, and one that I believe came up just recently too. So it's like a reminder to make sure you stay on this. To me, anyway, that's how I take it. And so the word that came up for us today was courtesy. And so let's read the description first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So courtesy is treating others with kindness and tact. We take the time to speak and act graciously, showing people that we value and respect them. We make requests, not demands. We remember our manners, greet others warmly, and listen closely when they speak. Courtesy is a way to honor others, showing them how much they matter to us. But, wow, I messed that up. Courtesy is a way to honor others, showing them how much they matter to us by how we treat them. There we go. Those closest to us need our courtesy most of all. Courtesy is the mirror of their value. Isn't that a beautiful description and definition and a way of looking at this virtue of courtesy? And so today, as I looked at this, I was thinking about, who is it that that we sometimes, probably more often than with others, do not show the honor and courtesy that we really do expect from ourselves, because that's who we are. And a lot of times it is our family. We don't, those closest to us that are living with us or that are intimate with us, we sometimes are not quite as courteous as we might be with, someone else, that like a police officer or someone that we work with, or a boss or something like that. And so, something that we've been working with some of our coaching clients on recently have been around this idea of what the things that we're responsible for. And one of the things that we talk about is that we're responsible for our response to frustrating and stressful situations. And the most frustration that we face most of the time, for many of us anyway, is within the family. It's not always on the outside, is it? And so just being careful about how we respond, recognizing that we are responsible for the way we respond. That's, no one makes us do anything. No one has that kind of power over us. They might influence us, but they don't control us. And neither do we control others, although we do influence them. And isn't it true that when we speak with courtesy, when we speak with respect and demonstrate the value and by honoring others for their worthiness, don't we find that they are many times more than willing to come around to being courteous themselves, to finding ways of demonstrating their best selves. And so courtesy is just like one of those virtues that we love to see given to us, and certainly those around us feel the same thing. I also am appreciating this part of the description where it says we make requests and not demands. And as I was thinking about that, again, from a family point of view, how many times do we demand from our children that they do this or do that, right? Rather than making a request or guiding them or even correcting them using virtues. So how do we do that? The courteous way of guiding is by calling them to their own virtues. Now, I personally believe, and I believe that most of us do, that our children, just like us, have all of the virtues inside of them already, although some of them might be overdeveloped or underdeveloped. And that's another discussion for another day. But if they have them inside them already, they may not be recognizing that they're there. And they may need us as their parents to call on them to bring them out. So when they're, being impatient about something, we can call on their patience, and by asking them to demonstrate their patience, or can they find their patience, or can they show their patience, and make that request and do it with a behavior. So we might say, I need you to show your patience while we're standing in line at the grocery store, right? And so that allows them to look inside themselves to find it. Quite honestly, we can do that with ourselves too. I know that I have to do this on a regular basis, sometimes with patience, but many times with other virtues, where I just have to ask myself, can you look inside yourself? Can you find the trust that you need, or the assertiveness that you need in this situation? Or how could you use more patience in this situation? So courtesy isn't just about saying please and thank you, but it is also about honoring others by looking at them and seeing the good things in them and bringing them out of them. And when we value them and honor them with the knowledge that they have all the virtues inside of them already, that is a very courteous thing to do. And it's going to influence not only the way we speak and listen, but it's also going to influence the other person and how they respond. Each of us are responsible for the way we respond to frustrating and stressful situations, and courtesy is one of those virtues that we can call on to help us to do just that. That is something I've been thinking about actually for quite a while, and I was happy to see this word come up so we could discuss it a little bit. So thank you very much for being here today. Let's spend our day focusing on being courteous, showing the kindness and being tactful, and showing the respect to others, greeting them in ways and responding to them in ways that demonstrates that we do value them as a human and as a person with all the virtues inside of them. So thank you very much for being here today. I look forward to another virtue to focus on tomorrow, but today let's practice all the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.